All right, so first we have our cherry stone clams that we're gonna rinse in cold water, get that sand off of them, and I like to scrub them off with a little scrubby. You didn't think I was gonna like prep all this by myself, did you? Got my sons helping out, struggling with the garlic. This is me. I'm cutting up the Martin's sliced bread, and I'm gonna dice that up so that in the chunks. Doesn't really matter how small or big it's cut up because it's going to break up a lot. I'm going to toast that off and get it nice and crispy so later on it soaks up all the juices. Mincing some shallots here. Okay, I'm just going to mince them up into like a little small dice. And I used cherry stone clams in this recipe. I usually prefer top necks. They're a little easier to shuck. We're going to juice one lemon here and set that aside. Come on, son, squeeze it. You got it. And then we're going to crumble up our Ritz crackers. That's going to go in our... Oh, there's my sous chef, my other sous chef. They can smell the food. The slowest butter cutter ever. That's my son. That's all right. We're working on that. We're working on our speed, our prep speed. Now I'm mincing some garlic. Okay. Showing off my knife skills. I still got it, baby. We're cutting that garlic and then I'm going to chop it up. But like I was saying, I prefer top necks. That's a Parmesan cheese, freshly grated. There's my bread that's been toasted. I'm going to set that aside. It's nice and dried out now. 350 for about 10 minutes or so. Maybe less. I got butter. I got Ritz crackers, my shallots, lemon juice, Parmesan cheese, chopped garlic, my cherry stone clams that are nice and clean, and of course, Old Bay, Wye River curry from Maryland. Got a little vegetable broth here. Pour a little bit of that in a pot. And then I'm going to put my cherry stone clams in a strainer that goes in my steamer pot. And that's going to make it real easy to just pull them out instead of having to dump them. So I put the strainer pan, once I bring that up to a boil, I'm just trying to create some steam. And I'm going to put that on high heat, cover it up. And then what I'm trying to do is I'm going to try to, my sous chef again, I'm going to try to open up those clams just a little bit. I don't want to open them up wide because I don't want the clams to be fully cooked. I'm just going to open them up just barely. That's good. That actually took about 8 minutes. Cherry stones take a while. So now I'm going to dump them, and my liquid's still in the pan. Okay. I know they look like they didn't open, but they did. When you're up close and personal, you can tell. If you see, they're just slightly open, and I'm going to use a clam knife, and I'm going to start shucking them open the rest of the way. And I got to be honest with you, these cherry stones were a pain in the butt. Top necks are a lot easier to deal with. So now I'm going to take that juice that came from the clams, I'm going to strain it through a little strainer. I got a napkin there to catch all that sand and debris from the clams, and that'll make it so that my stuffing isn't gritty. Nothing worse than biting into a bunch of clam sand, but that juice is very necessary. Now I took the clams out of the shell, and those big cherry stones, I'm going to cut them up a little bit because as they cook, they'll get chewy if that's like one giant clam, and also when you bite into it, it's a little tough to chew. I'm going to put each clam, after it's cut into thirds, back into the shell. Okay. We've got a little bit of olive oil in here, medium-high heat. Then we're going to add in our shallots, and we're going to sweat those. We don't want to brown them, okay? So I'm going to stir them up. Oh, look at how accurately those are cut. Man, still got it. So anyways, I'm going to put a top on and kind of steam them a little bit just so they're tender. And I don't want to brown them. I just want to kind of get them nice and tender. Now I'm going to add my butter, a bunch of butter. I think that's 2 sticks of butter for 24 clams. You need lots of butter, okay? Trust me, it makes it better. I'm going to melt down that butter, keep sweating those shallots. And when it's all melted, I'm going to add in my garlic. There we go. And again, I'm just letting that melt together. I'm not browning the garlic, and because I want the sweetness to come out of the garlic and the shallots. And I'm going to let that melt for about a minute and add my Old Bay. Don't be cheap with the Old Bay. That's where it's at. That Wye River curry, baby. So we're gonna let those flavors come together. Now I'm gonna add my toasted bread, and I'm gonna kind of let that melt in with the butter, and let that butter soak into that bread real good. Next, we're gonna add our crumbled up Ritz crackers, and again, that's soaked up all that butter. It looks a little dry right now, but it's not. It's about to change drastically. Okay, we're adding that fresh clam juice from those cherry stones. Oh, that is where the flavor is at. So good. Now you should see it start to. It's kind of soft, getting a little mushy. We're gonna add our Parmesan cheese. Bam! Look at that. It should be like kind of wet, but you should be able to like stir it and kind of have it see the bottom of the pan and not have it just turn into soup. We want it wet, but not too wet and not too dry. We're gonna add that lemon juice now. Just fold that in at the end. We don't really want that to cook anymore. Oh man, that is good stuff. I think I ate like 2 cups of that stuffing. Anyways, so now we're gonna stuff our clams. Okay, we are, and just fill it up as much as you want. Now, for my Halloween event this past week, I did fold crab meat into this mixture, and I call them Chesapeake clams, Chesapeake stuffed clams. This is more of a Scampi breadcrumb. Hey, Hobbs, he's hungry. He's waiting for stuffed clams. I would not feed my dog stuffed clams. But anyways, I'm gonna put these on a grill. I got it's about 450 degrees, nice and hot, because I want those to cook from the bottom up and make sure those clams underneath are nice and cooked. Oh, they're bubbling. They smell so good, by the way. As a bonus, I got a stick of butter in a pan, and I got these Key West pink shrimp that I deveined, but I kept the shell on. Old Bay back again. Let's do this. Just butter and Old Bay. That's what I did, and they're so sweet, those shrimp. I love Key West pink shrimp. I got those fresh from Pinder's up in Jupiter, and I'm just tossing them in Old Bay and butter, and I'm gonna cover them up, and then I'm gonna tend to my clams. All right, now the clams, I popped in the broiler to finish them, so that you kind of toast up that crust, get them nice and golden brown. I didn't have enough Old Bay in there, so I had to go back and top them off. Yeah, baby, there we go. So the shrimp are done. I'm transferring them to a new container because I got that handle too hot. I found out the hard way. I accidentally grabbed it. But anyways, I'm going to serve them in that pot, nice and rustic style. Click the tongs. Always got to click the tongs. I have homemade cocktail sauce. There's this gold. Oh, look at those babies. Those are so good. They taste as
delicious, honey.
They are wonderful. Thank you for going to all
Santa
that trouble
Wally
for
approved.
us.
All right.